Hey guys, Aaron Darkblade here, and before we get started with the video, I want to dispel any thoughts that this is going to be a 1 or 2 hour grind, as it has been with previous faction rallies. Bungie really wanted to up the grind this faction rally, and they did a fantastic job at making it take ages. Now, I've been grinding for about 4 hours, 2.5 doing the method that I'm currently going to be showing you, and I only hit rank 22. But after talking to and looking at multiple sources, this seems to be the fastest way to do it. Now, I will say this requires a full set of gear for the faction you are currently pledged to. If you do not have that on any of your characters, strikes will probably be just as good for you unless you have a fire team of 3 that you can just run in here with. Because if you optimize yourself in strikes, you can run through them in about 12 to 15 minutes, and that's about how long it takes to do one lost sector. Yes, you're going to get 3 less, but I think the time equals out about even if you're doing the strike with a team of 3 and you're doing this alone and you do not have the faction rally armor. Patrols are always going, these lost sectors are still going to be your fastest way, but if you do not have the gear, I'm going to tell you do strikes, or you could still do this method with a team of 3, but it's going to take just about as long as strikes are to get you to the highest level. Now, like I said, this is going to take quite a while, and you're going to need a full set of armor for your faction. Because the way faction rally works this time around is we have renown. Now, if you look in the bottom, if you look on the left side of my screen, you will see dead orbit renown, and it has 5 squares filled in, meaning I am at 5 renown. Enemies are tougher; they're doing more damage to me, and the only way I can heal is by picking up pools of light that they drop, or shooting them with crimson. And I highly suggest you use crimson as you do this, as it will just take a lot off you. Or, you know, devour works just as well too, in all honesty, if you want to use crimson or you do not have crimson. Now, what you're gonna want to do, and I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet, you're going to go to Trostland. You're going to do patrols, kill high value targets, and try to avoid public events unless you're jumping in at the end of them. Now, you kill the high value target and take its chest. Now, doing patrols, or doing a public event normally gives you 1 renown. 2 renown if you do a heroic public event. If you do it with the armor on for your faction, a full set, you will get double. So 2 for each chest that you loot, 2 for each patrol that you complete, or 4 even if you do a heroic public event. But those take a while, and if you're looking for optimal token to time ratio, you're going to want to avoid public events unless they're just right there in your face about to be completed. Now, I say try and stay in Trostland, but if you have to leave, you know, just because you need to you're picking up one patrol wallet because a patrol took you to a different area, feel free. Try to avoid it. I did it, and it slowed me down quite a bit. I'm going to post some of my times here, and this is how long it typically took. This is my stopwatch that I was using as I did it, and as soon as I would loot the chest, I would stop it, or I would lap it and keep going. Now, after you've done it 3 or 4 times, after you've done the patrols 3 or 4 times and looted the lost sector, you're going to run out of patrols in Trostland. So go to orbit, come back, and just continue this farm, rinse and repeat. The reason I chose this specific location is it is the first one you're introduced to, the first lost sector you're introduced to, and it goes by really quickly. It does. And if you're using Crimson or Devour, you keep yourself alive very well. You run in there, you shoot that first barrel, kill a bunch of enemies, run past, shoot the explosive stuff right there, hit the boss with whatever super you can that's going to do a lot of damage to him, and bada bing, bada boom, you can loot the chest, fast travel back to Trostland. Because fast traveling after you've looted the lost sector does nothing to your renown, as it has already gone away. So do this farm. It's going to take you about 8 to 10 hours to get to rank 50. And I'm not even going to be able to complete it tonight because I have to work at 2 in the morning. Hooray for adult lives, right? So do this farm. If you want to level up as fast as possible, dedicate 2-3 hours every day. Or if you could just dedicate a full straight 8 to 10 hours, by all means, do it. Yeah, that's really all I have. This is the fastest, most efficient farming method. Just try not to get too distracted, and if you can do this with a fire team of 3 and you guys all have the faction rally armor, you are all going to be able to run through it no problem. It's going to cut that 8 to 10 hours to probably 5 to 6 hours, just because you're going to be cutting back maybe 2 minutes each run, and that is going to save you quite a bit of time. It also depends on which patrols you get, and if you just happen to come into the instance and there's a public event about to be done, a heroic public event, or there's these guys right here that you see in my face, the high value targets. It all just depends on luck. Now this guy always spawns right here, so if you run over here and you don't see him, he's not there, don't bother with him. But always try and run through here when you come back through into the instance, or before you leave the instance, to see if he's there, because it's just a quick, easy kill him and get it. Now the other two that spawn are going to be running around the church. But as far as it is, just do patrols in that area. Do not fast travel until after you've done the lost sector, and just keep a circular formation going from patrols to the lost sector, and it's going to be the fastest way you're going to level up, and it's going to take a while. So like I said, not the fastest farming method in the world. Well, it is the fastest farming method that there is. It's just not that fast. But if you want to optimize how fast you're getting them, this is the method that I highly suggest you use. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna try not to drag this video on any longer. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me down below. Like I said, I tested the token drop from everything else and the token drop here and the time that it takes to do them, and this is by far the fastest time. So like I said, if you have any questions, drop them down below in the comments. I'll try to answer any that I can get to. And I hope you guys hit rank 50, get that Graviton Lance Catalyst, that Sunshot Catalyst, Sweet Business Catalyst, whatever it is you're going for. I hope you get it. Until next time, my friends, I'm Aaron Darkblade. Pieces.